Hello, so this is my first video here on camera myself, and I'm Show from the Custom Workshop. Some of you may already know me as Show Cosplay on Instagram, and today I'm going to show you the process of making a 3D model and later on turning it into a 3D print. So let's jump right into it. Okay guys, step number 1, you need a reference. I designed my logo in Photoshop, which I will make a 3D model of, and don't worry, as long as you have an image file you're good to go, there is no need for Photoshop. My program of choice for this little demo was Fusion 360, and don't worry when you don't immediately get everything, I will go more in depth in later videos, just take this as a guideline in what's coming. The first step here is to import your reference file. Fusion basically works by making sketches and then extruding it into space. Since I didn't make any measurements, I start by outlining my sketch with construction lines, which are the dashed lines that you can see. They help me have everything in the right place. Afterwards, I use the line tool to outline my reference. Those little T symbols you see in the corner mean that your lines are perpendicular. There are many ways to constrain your sketch, so everything stays where it should be. Another neat feature in Fusion while doing sketches is taking measurements. Just press the D button and type in how long your line is supposed to be. For the end part I used the ellipse tool, which helped me getting that nice curved form done. I used another construction line to find the exact middle point again, which is highlighted by the little blue triangle. As you can see, you can change a construction line at any time by pressing the X button. When your sketch is done, you can finally extrude it by selecting every part and either pressing the Q button for press pull or E for extrude. They work almost identically. Now we are pretty much done, but I want to make it into one piece. My first thought was to make another sketch and outline everything, but I already had an almost complete sketch, so why not use the one you have? Everything left to do now is to select everything in between and extrude it as well while using the join option. The bar below, by the way, is your history, and Fusion's history feature is very strong, since you can at any point in time change every feature without having to undo everything first. Extruded to high, no problem. Messed up the sketch a little bit, but extruded already. Don't worry, Fusion will automatically adjust its extrusion based on your sketch. So while this model is done, we are not finished yet. What's left to do is to export this into an STL file and import it into our slicer software. So my slicer of choice is Cura. It is completely free and will help us make the G-code from our 3D model for the 3D printer to actually print our model. Just import any STL file you have and adjust your settings accordingly. Since I stretched out my sketch and didn't do any real pre-measurements, my file appears to be especially large. You can scale it in Cura and should rotate it so it lays firmly on the print bed. On the right side you can adjust your settings. These are pretty much the default settings for PLA, and I won't change too much here, except for build plate adhesion type, since the brims are only needed for very large objects so they won't lift off, or for very small objects so they won't get loose. I will break down all of its features in a later video, but for now I can prepare my model and finally save it to my SD card for printing. My printer is a Prusa i3 Mark II, and for the final part I will simply speed up the video and let it do its job. Before that, don't forget to wipe your 3D printer clean, it does wonders. I hope you enjoyed this little introduction to 3D printing. If you want to see more, leave a comment there and tell me which topic I should cover more in depth.